get that done. Now, today's session that we're going to be covering is decision making. It's a fantastic topic to really get our head around because there's a lot of trouble that we have in our lives is based off indecision. When we're sitting there and we've got two really good options, or we just can't make a decision based on the information that we have. When we're in indecisive states, we end up being stuck. We end up not accomplishing that much. It ends up leading to decision fatigue, which is where you've got a lot on your mind at once, leads to overwhelm, leads to feeling tired, procrastination, all the above. And it's not a good space to be in. Now, the definition, and this is very important to understand, of a decision is to cut away from all other options. A lot of the time we say, oh yeah, I've decided I'm going to do this, when really we haven't. We're still entertaining other ideas. We're just saying the words. Lots of times I've said, yeah, I've decided that I'm going to post on social media every day. 5 days in, I've stopped. What that means is we're interested, but we're not committed. When you make a decision, that means you're committed to one path and you're actively saying no to all other options. Now, the real problem that we have is when we don't stick to the decisions that we make is, number one, we lose trust with ourselves. And that's one of the most harmful things that can happen to us. We live with ourselves. We look at ourselves in the mirror every single day. And we're either looking in the mirror and seeing the person who's responsible for our happiness or the person who's responsible for our misery. And when we say that we're going to do something and we don't follow through, that is a really big drawback to not sticking to your decisions. Now, there are two overarching reasons why people stop from making a decision. Number one is knowing that we have finite time on this planet. We can't do everything. Whenever you're saying yes to something, you're actively saying no to everything else. I want you to really think about that. When you say yes to pizza, you're saying no to the healthy meal. When you say yes to leaving a job, you're saying no to staying. Now, it's really important to understand that because we can't be in two different jobs at the same time. We only have so many hours in a day. Well, some people can work two, but we can't work two full-time jobs, generally speaking. We can't have two partners. I mean, we can, but again, these things may not work out for us. At some point, we actually have to make a decision and stick. I'm saying yes to this, and I'm actively saying no to these things, and I'm okay with that. That's the first reason. We don't want to actually say no to things. We want to keep our options open. And what happens with that is we have all these options that keep growing around us and we never actually progress. When you say yes to something, you move into another room, you move to the next stage, you move to a new place, and then you have to make decisions there. And the more that you keep making decisions to move forward, the further you get. Now, the second real reason why people don't make decisions is a lack of self-confidence. Can we handle it? If you quit that job and go to the new one, can you handle that uncomfortable period where you're in that transition? Can we handle it if we join the gym and we don't go as much as we say we're going to go? Can we handle it when we leave that person and we have to go through that uncomfortable period where we're now alone and working on ourselves to get ready for the next relationship? So the two main reasons: one, we don't want to say no to things. We want to keep our options open because we've got finite time. And two, we don't have the self-confidence to say, if I make the wrong decision, I'm going to be okay. I can deal with it. I know that once I make this decision, if it's the wrong one, I can just simply make another one. And I can deal with the backlash that happens from making the wrong decision at that time. Now, we're going to do some journaling now to jump into building our confidence around decision making, because that's really what we want to be doing. As soon as we feel more confident within ourselves that we've made some good choices, that we can trust ourselves, decision making is a lot easier. So what I want you to do is take a blank sheet of paper, open a new page on your device or a note or something on your computer, and just at the top write Mindful Mondays, decision making, and the date, which is the 25th of March, 2024. And the first question that we're going to answer tonight, I want you to think of 3 committed decisions that you've made that you're really happy with. And I want you to write them down in dot points of A, B, and C. So 3 decisions that you've made that you're really happy with, and just put them down as A, B, and C. It could be, I finished high school. Could be that you left a relationship that was not going well, that you're happy that you stuck to that and you left that relationship because that was a good decision to make. Maybe you took on a role at a job and looking back, you're like, that was a good decision to make. Maybe you left a job and that was a really good decision. Maybe you got a dog or a cat and that was a great decision. Anything. Doesn't have to be huge, it can be small. Maybe you forgave a loved one, your parents or something. Anything. Just A, B, and C. And again, they don't have to be big, they don't have to be profound, just anything that comes to mind. Where you said, I'm doing this, and you stuck with it. For me, going over to Spain, going on a holiday, that was a fantastic decision. For me, hiring the coach that I've got right now, fantastic decision. Now, once you've got 3, I want you to just give me a thumbs up. You can give me the love heart emoji, any kind of emoji. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, Parvin, Jonathan. Beautiful. Thanks, Vicky, Mark, Amanda. Amazing. Number 2, I want you to write down for each of these answers that you've just written for A, B, and C. For each one, I want you to write why it was a good decision. So you could write, finishing high school was a good decision because. Ending that relationship was a good decision because. Going on that trip was a good decision because. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Just let whatever wants to come out, come out. Take a deep breath if you need to. Just relax. No need to overthink it. Just let whatever wants to come out, come out. And again, once you've done with your answers, just give us a thumbs up emoji, or your video's on, just like that. And let me know to go to the next one. Thank you, Vicky. Thanks, Jonathan. And when we get one more, we'll move on. Thanks, Jazz. Thanks, Jasmine. Amazing. Now, number 3, what good things did you learn about yourself through making each of these decisions? So go back through them. A, because I left that partner, I learned about myself. What was it that you learned? Maybe you learned that you're stronger than you thought you were. Maybe you learned that you can handle doing hard things. Maybe you learned that you deserved a really great partner. From having a cat, maybe you learned about yourself that you are a great cat owner and that you can look after a living creature with ease. And again, It's just what good things did you learn about yourself through making each of these decisions? And again, it doesn't have to be deeply profound or anything. Whatever comes up for you is absolutely perfect. And once you've got your answers, again, just give us the thumbs up so I know when to move on. Thanks, Jez. Thanks, Mark. Jonathan. Beautiful. Thanks, Vicky. Number 4, what I want you to write down are 3 good reasons why making decisions quickly and changing them rarely is a good idea. And you can write this by saying making decisions quickly and changing them rarely is a good way to be because. I'm going to put that in the chat if you need to reread it. But it's making decisions quickly and changing them rarely is a good way to be because. Maybe it's because you progress quicker. Maybe it's because you build confidence. Maybe it's because you get more done. Maybe you eat better that way. Maybe you get a good night's sleep. Maybe you go traveling more often. Maybe that's something that has held you back. You can't decide where to go, so you don't go anywhere. You get to see more, you get to do more. And as you're answering this, there's no pressure. Whatever comes to you, that is absolutely perfect. And if you need to, take a deep breath, just feel your way through it. And once you're done, again, just give us the thumbs up. So I know. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks, Jez. Thanks, Jasmine. Thanks, Soren. And we'll move on to question number 5, the last question. This is a good one to start off the week with, especially. What one decision do you want to habitually stick to this week? What is that one decision? And you can answer this by saying, the decision I most want to habitually stick to this week is. Maybe you want to remember to drink water. Maybe you want to go to the gym a certain amount of times. Maybe you want to get a certain amount of hours sleep per night. Maybe you want to do your affirmations. Maybe anything that you want. Something that you want to say, yep, you know what? I'm deciding. I'm sticking to this. What's that one decision you really want to make this week? It might be that you want to quit that job and you're going to, every day this week, look for a new job. And once you've got that one thing, if you want to put it in the chat, I would love to hear what that one thing is that you want to stick to this week. It's a good chance to have a bit of accountability. Once you put it out to the world, it's saying to everyone what you're intending to do. And if you feel it's private and you don't want to share it, that's completely fine as well. All right. Amazing. All right. If I see some of them come through, I'll read them out. Harwin wants to journal every day. Fantastic. Love it. Mark, my health and wellness regime, despite all the Easter temptations, 100%. Got to stay away from all that chocolate that's going to be coming your way. Amanda, meditate each morning. Love that. Incredible. All right, beautiful. And if another couple come through, then I'll read them out. But for now, let's get ready to meditate. So I want you to just take a moment to just move your body in any way, shape, or form that you need to. Just get yourself nice and relaxed. Sometimes it's hard to sit down for a long period of time if you haven't moved. So the more you move your body, the more you get any tension out, and makes it easier to meditate. And I think it's Jasmine said, stick to getting an earlier night's sleep so I can start work on time to get the right amount of hours. Getting back into a healthy routine after a few holidays have disturbed my timing. Fair enough. It's always hard to get back into it after a holiday, but it's also good and easy because, yeah, you're relaxed and you've had a bit of a break. So I'm going to play some music. I want you to just get comfortable. Just arrive into the space where you are right now. Just getting yourself nice and comfortable, getting ready to stay very still, stay where you are. I want you to just slowly just arrive into the space and becoming nice and still, making sure that you're nice and comfortable. And if there are any adjustments that you need to make, just making them now. And we're going to start off today's meditation by closing our eyes, driving into stillness, letting go of any thoughts that have been running around our minds, just actively doing our best to calm our mind. And we'll start by taking 10 really deep inhales through our nose, lifting our body up as we inhale as if we're trying to fill our body with oxygen and raise our head to the ceiling. And then when we breathe out through the mouth, letting go of any tension in the body and just completely deflating, relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our neck, relaxing our body back down. And I'll guide you through these deep breaths, which is just a simple big inhale through the nose, a big exhale through the mouth. And we'll take our first inhale in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, all the way in, feeling your head expand to the roof. Breathe out. Let it go. Let any tension out of your body. Breathe in, all the way in, all the way in. And breathe out, letting your whole body relax. Breathe in, all the way in, all the way up. And breathe out. Let it all go. Breathe in, all the way in. And breathe out, all the way out. Breathe in, all the way in. Big breath. And breathe out, just letting your whole body relax every time, deeper and deeper. Breathe in, all the way in. And let it go. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in, all the way in. Biggest breath you possibly can. And let it out. Last one, big breath all the way in and breathe out, letting your whole body relax. Now just allow your breathing to return to normal. If there's any tension in your body anywhere, doing your best to relax it and to release it. I want you to imagine right now that you have become an incredible decision maker. All times, in all places, you know what to do. You're full of confidence in your ability to make sound, wise, and progressive decisions. We're going to practice that ability right now by going through a 24-hour cycle, starting from when you finish this call all the way up until tomorrow night. We're going to go through every moment, all the big decisions that you have to make, and you're going to make them quickly. We're going to move quite fast. I want you to just trust whatever it is that is your first instinct and just go with it, knowing that you don't have to follow through. This is just practice. I want you to now, in your mind, imagine that this call is finishing. You're feeling good. You've looked after your mindset. What's the first thing that you're going to do? And after you've done that, what's the next thing that you're going to do? And after you've done that, what's the next thing that you're going to do? And I want you to now imagine that you're going through your whole nighttime routine from that point. All the decisions you want to make, you're just going straight from one to the other, and you can see it. You're doing your teeth, you're hopping into bed. Every little step, all the way up until you are going to sleep. See it now clearly in your mind. Now, imagine the time it is that you've fallen asleep, and you can see the room fading from your view. Now you're imagining the time that you're going to wake up the next morning. What time is that? And after you've awoken, what's the first thing that you're going to do, that you know you really should do, that you want to do? I want you to go through your whole morning routine, everything that you're going to do tomorrow morning until around morning tea time. Keep trusting yourself. You are a fantastic decision maker. If you get confused or lost at any point, just take a big, deep inhale and go back to the last spot you were at. Now imagine that it's morning tea time, whatever time that is for you. I want you to imagine everything that you're going to do up until lunch. all the little decisions that you're going to make. Maybe it's to decide to do your work really well. Maybe there's a task in mind, anything that comes to you. Now imagining that it's lunchtime, I want you to decide, what are you going to eat for lunch? What meal are you going to eat? Where are you going to eat it? And what are you going to be doing while you're eating? Seeing the image clearly in your mind. Imagining now that lunch is finished. What are the first things you're going to do after lunch? What tasks? All the way up until afternoon tea. Whatever time that is for you, just vision it as best as you can. If it's difficult, that is good. This is challenging, amazing. If it's easy, that's amazing too. Imagining now that it's afternoon tea time, and maybe you're going to have a snack or a drink. What is it that you're going to eat or drink? Seeing yourself finishing that small, short break, and you're moving now to being after work into the afternoon. What are you doing when work finishes for the day? What's the first thing you're going to do? And after you've done that, what are you going to do up until dinner time? What are some of the tasks that you would love to see yourself doing? Just let your mind go there and just follow it. Trust your intuition, trust your instincts. Now I want you to imagine that you're about to eat dinner. Decide right now what you're going to have for dinner, what drink you might have with it, where you might eat it, and any little decisions about what you're doing while you're eating dinner. Seeing the vision of you doing those things. And now imagine that dinner is finished. You're going into whatever it is you want to do tomorrow evening. See yourself making all the decisions, moving from one activity to the other, with ease, with determination, with a decisive nature. See yourself being the kind of person that you want to be throughout all these actions. And now imagining that it's nighttime and you're about to do your nighttime routine, whatever that is. See yourself knowing what you want to do before you go to bed, and see yourself flowing through it effortlessly. Now, I want you to imagine that you're about to go to sleep and you're thinking back over the last 24 hours and all the quick, decisive decisions that you made, and how you feel really proud of yourself for all of the small little things you did that built up a fantastic 24-hour period. And you can feel a smile coming over your face, and you can feel a desire to do the same thing again tomorrow, to make really good decisions that better your life over the long haul. And any of the points that you felt, I wasn't sure what to do, you feel an urge or a power within you wanting to solve those areas, those periods of time. You want to know what to do ahead of time so you don't have to decide when you get there. It's already planned and you can just do it. And as you're feeling this level of determination and fulfillment rising up within you, I want you to take a really deep breath in through your nose, lifting your whole body up and breathing it out, letting yourself relax completely. And taking one more deep breath in, all the way in, feeling the power just in your body as you rise up, and letting it out through your mouth, just relaxing back into a feeling of ease. I want you to let go of the image that you were seeing and to slowly start coming back into your body where you are right now. Slowly becoming aware of how your body's feeling, the temperature of the room. And when you feel ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, move your arms, your neck, any part of you that wants to move right now, as you slowly just come back into your body. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back, guys. Well done. Well done. While you're in this nice and relaxed state, what I'd love you to do is just reach your hand around, give yourself a pat on the back for going through this work, for answering these questions, for showing up on a Monday to look after your mental well-being, and to do some exercises that maybe were challenging, maybe were easy. And if it was difficult and this is an area that you find is something you'd like to work on, please do reach out. It's something that I find immensely powerful to work on decision-making skills. It is a skill. It's like everything. It's a muscle. It's this part of us that says, I'm okay with making decisions. I can do this. I can make them quickly. I can make it so that I change them rarely. It is a way of being that can be developed. Now, the way that these calls work is I finish the recording and I stay on to have a chat with anyone who wants to stick around. And if you do want to reach out, if you want to have a coaching call with me at some point, please do reach out on Meetup or send me a message on social media. David Keith Turner on Facebook, Instagram. I am on LinkedIn, but I don't really use that much. So I might not see it for a while. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. I hope you really enjoyed the session. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys next time.